Hello everyone, thank you for joining this meeting. I'm Sumaiya Nalukwago and I'm going to be taking you through career mapping. So first, this is something brief about me. I hope you can all hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So once again, I'm Sumaiya Nalukwago and I'm a student at Mara University of Science and Technology. I'm doing a bachelor's degree in information technology. I'm passionate about anything that involves tech, leadership, content creation on a smaller extent, production, and I love learning. So, first, we're going to define a career. I'm sure we all have different definitions of what a career is, and I'm going to base on the dictionary's definition of a career. So, as you can see, a career is an occupation that is undertaken in a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progress. Whenever someone is thinking about a career or they have chosen to take on a certain career, they have to take it for a certain period of time and they have to think about the benefits. In tech, we have several careers, and some of these careers include being a data scientist, you can be a software developer, you can be a game designer, you can be a web developer, you can be an IT manager. We have very many careers around technology, so it's up to you to choose what you're passionate about and go for it. Then, after you finding out your career or what you want to go for, you have to draw a map and see, is this am I really interested in this career? What are my goals? Do I have the necessary skills required for this career that I'm going for? What is my vision? Have you made enough research about what you are going for? For example, if you want to be maybe a systems administrator, have you looked at the necessary things required for you to be a systems administrator? Have you trained enough? Do you have the necessary skills? Have you looked ahead? Do you have the necessary experience? Have you learned what it takes to become a systems administrator? Do you understand what it takes to be one? You have to know all these things before you go for it. So you have to draw a sketch and see, have I learned enough? Do I have all it takes for me to go for this? Then you can know if you're really ready to go for it. Then, when choosing a career, you also have to know if you're going to get maybe a mentor or a coach, someone to guide you throughout whatever you'll be doing. Normally, a mentor can be someone who is already in this field or someone who knows something about it, because I believe no one is perfect. You have to have someone guiding you in whatever you're doing. Then you also have to make necessary research. If you want to be a systems administrator, what do they do? Where can I find the available jobs? What do I need to do to be one? And so much more. Then, how to start your tech career. First of all, one thing I'm sure of is that all tech related careers require one to learn how to code. That's what I know. So, first of all, you have to learn how to code. Then, network with professionals. Networking is a very wide thing. You have to you have to coordinate with people who are already professionals in what you're going for, because it's these people that are going to help you throughout it all. It's these people that are going to refer you for a certain job. It's these people that are going to recommend you. It's these people that are going to correct you whenever you go wrong. Then build projects. Of course, as you're starting on your career, you have to start with small steps, and among those small steps we have building projects. You have to do a project and see how far it can take you. Maybe you're working on, should I say, a mobile application. So work on it and see, am I really skilled enough? Do I have enough skills? Can I tell someone that I'm a mobile application developer? So build projects to rate where you are. Stay consistent. Consistency is key. By consistency, I mean, you cannot say you're a mobile application developer for maybe 4 months and you've really been developing applications and later relax for the rest of the year, then come back and say, I'm still a mobile application developer. Yes, you would still be one, but you've not been consistent in what you've been doing. Assume it was a job and you're supposed to be developing applications. So you just develop for maybe 1 month and the rest of the months you're just doing nothing. That's not being consistent. You have to be consistent and keep doing what you're doing. Maybe you can schedule a plan and say, I'm going to be developing an application every 1 year or every 6 months, according to what can favor you. Then be open to start at the bottom. Every professional started from somewhere. Don't look at yourself and say, I'm nowhere, I can't start now. People know more than I do. No. Start with what you have, start from where you are. No matter whether you're at the bottom or at the top, even those at the top started from somewhere. So you just have to start from wherever you are. Make efforts to familiarize. And whatever you're doing, you'll have to learn how to make efforts. It's these efforts that will make you go on the top. Make small efforts, practice. Efforts can be networking with people. Efforts can be starting on your small projects. Efforts can be showing up for hackathons. Efforts can be participating in very many things related to your career. Make research. We talked about this previously. Making research is very necessary in one's career. Maybe if you're building a mobile application and you have to first make research. Has someone made something like this before? What did they do? What did they do? What can I improve? What can I add? Something like that. Those are some of the things you have to know before you start on your tech career. Then what you need to consider before you start on your tech career. You have to consider the early and medium stages of a career. Early stages of a career include looking at what am I going to do in the early stages. Is there an opportunity for me to learn specific skills? Maybe, for example, you want to become a web developer and you're no longer a student, you're done with school. So you want to become a web developer of a certain organization. One of the things you should look at is, as I'm doing this kind of job, will I be able to learn some other skills from this job, or I will not be able to learn? You have to consider that. Then you have to consider if there is room for you to build professional relationships. If a job does not maybe organize events where you're able to meet some other people in the same field and relate with them, then I wouldn't advise someone to go for it, because we learn from each other. We learn from the different relationships we make. So before you go for a career, have a look at how it relates with other people. Then opportunity to make a strong professional reputation. One's reputation is always key. You have to mind about your reputation in whatever you're doing. So look at this kind of job. Will it really will it really help you maintain your reputation, or it will not? You have to consider that. For example, maybe I'm going to use this example of you're a Muslim and you want to you're a web developer and you're going to be working in a liquor company, let's say Nile Breweries. So will that Muslim working in Nile Breweries maintain their reputation, because they know Muslims are not supposed to they are not supposed to take alcohol? So working in a place that manufactures alcohol, will it really maintain your reputation? You have to look at that. If you really don't mind about that, then go for the job. If you mind about it, then you have to think twice. If you're going for a career, you have to look at opportunities that come along with taking this career. Will you be able to learn some skills? For example, you took on this career when you aren't a professional Android developer. So, are there chances of you improving your skills or they are not? Before you take on a career, you have to first see if there will be an opportunity for you to learn. Some careers come along with courses they give us. I know about, for example, if you're a lecturer, you can be able to improve your skills by taking off some time and learning. So you have to look at that before you take on a career. Then you also have to look at an opportunity to stretch one's abilities. If you are a footballer and you are at the same time a web designer, look at your abilities in relation to your career. Is what I'm going for able to let me take on the other part of my profession? Maybe if you're a web developer, yes, and you also do football, will you have time for football at the same time for web development? You have to look at that before you go for any career, because I believe all things are necessary. If you're able to play football, then you can also be able to do web development and balance that too. Then ability to earn high. Most of the developers and people passionate about tech always look at this first before taking on their careers. So if the career, if what you earn doesn't match your skills, then I believe you shouldn't go for it, because you have to go where you appreciated and where your what you earn represents who you are. Then exposure to bigger growth opportunities. For example, you're an Android developer and you've taken on this job in a very remote area. Are you looking at getting opportunities from that remote area? Are you looking at staying in that remote area forever, or you're looking at getting bigger opportunities? Before you go for any career, look at what you will gain. Look at the opportunities coming along with that career. Then best position to transition out of employment into self-employment. Um, Most developers always prefer self-employment. So this is where someone will take on a certain job, do it for a short period of time, then quit, and later they are just self-employed. They just develop, maybe they develop software and someone will just buy without them being employed in someone's organization. And these are some of the companies and organizations around the tech community. We have, you can go to banking and finance, you can work in a bank, you can work in microfinance, you can work in a telecommunication company, let's say Airtel, MTN. You can work in health and medicine, you can work in beverages, oil and gas, software and services, then technology, hardware, equipment, composite and advanced materials, and many more. Like I said, that first technology is something wide and you can work anywhere. Then you also have to look at the growth opportunities. As you're working in these industries, look at the growth opportunities. Look at the structure of the organization. Does the organization have, there are organizations which will have an IT personnel, a systems administrator, and a data entrant, maybe. Those are three different positions in one organization. And these are three different people being paid differently. And there will be an organization that will have an IT department with one person being a systems administrator, being an IT personnel, and being a data entrant. So you have to consider that. Am I able to take on the responsibilities that come along with this career? You have to look at the structure of the organization before joining it. Then the pay structure, you have to look at how much are you going to earn? Are there any allowances? Something like that. Role complexity. You have to look at how flexible your position is. For example, you are a data entrant. Are you going to work maybe 24/7, or you're going to work for 8 hours a day and you're done? Are you able to have a side hustle with your current job, or you have to be on at work full time? Then bonus or compensation. This can also be related to the maybe allowances that come along with taking that job. Maybe awarding the employee of the month, something like that. Then relevance to career path. Before you join a certain industry, you have to look at how relevant it is to your career path. You wanted to be a doctor, but you're unable to be a doctor. You found yourself taking a tech course. And how is the course you're taking related to being a doctor? Yes, you can still take on the course and work in health, and you can take the course and work in any related field of your choice. Then mentorship. Mentorship is something big and something we all have to take serious, because I believe that all the people that made it to the top had mentors. They had people to guide them. So you really have to get a mentor before you choose a certain career. Get someone who will guide you, someone who will tell you what you're supposed to do, someone who will, maybe you've developed an app and someone who will be like, yes, you did well, someone who will give you honest feedback and correct you wherever you've gone wrong. So, and much more. Mentors do a lot. Then education continuation courses. This one is like, you go for a certain job and you've spent around 3 years there. Then scholarships come in, you go continue with, let's say you are doing software engineering, you are doing a bachelor's degree, then you go for a master's, then come back and do your job. So if you're going for a certain career, look at the education continuation courses. Are they available? Is the company organization, will it accept me to go continue my course and come back and continue with my job? If it doesn't, then you have a right to choose any other career. Then you also have to consider your position, and here I mean, are you unique? Are you valuable? You have to rate the two and see where you lie before you go for a certain career. So looking at this table, we're going to start with the very first square. You're valuable and you're unique. If you're valuable and unique, then that means you have the rare skills, you have the valuable skills necessary for that career. You have the relevant skills. You're very competitive with all these skills. Then it means you're competitive. Then you're really good at what you're doing. You know what you're doing and you've mastered it. This is the very first square. Then the second one, you're valuable but you're not unique. The job might be exciting, you might be liked at the workplace, you might be given all the attention you need, but you're not being paid. I'm sure very few of us would go for this. Then the third one, you're not valuable and you're not unique. You have to look at the basic pay. How am I earning from, sorry, how am I earning from, how am I earning from this job? Am I really growing? Can I be replaced? This is where you lie. You're not valuable and you're not unique. You can be replaced. You're not adding any value to the company. They are not paying you well. So that is the not valuable, not unique. Then the very last one is you're valuable, but you're not unique. These include the everyday things at work, maybe allowances, then the work routine. You don't show up whenever you're needed. You show up whenever you feel like you should be at work. You're getting a low pay. You can easily be replaced, and it's very cheap for the CEO of the company to replace you. So you really have to look at these things and before you go for any career. Then one more thing you have to look at before you go for a certain career is The vision. I believe each and every organization has a vision. Even the colleges and universities you go to have visions. So you have to look at the vision of a certain organization. Does it match with your vision? Because starting up a career, you have to have your own vision. Then your mission. Why does the company exist? Why did they start the company? Then the objectives. Objectives normally refer to what a company hopes to achieve in a certain period of time. Then strategy. These plans that a company puts in place to achieve the objectives. Then approach. How how a company executes its long-term plans. Then tactics. What a company does to achieve its mission and vision. Then study job descriptions and related skills. You have to look at the expectations and value. What do you expect from a certain job, and what kind of value does it add to you? You have to look at your skills and qualifications in relation to the job you're going for. You can't be a full stack web developer and you go for let's say you have 4 years of experience and you're really skilled for your job, then you're going for uh, you're going for a job that requires you to volunteer with all your skills. Yes, volunteering is good, but first you have to consider your skills and the kind of value you have. Any questions? Thank you so much for listening.
Hey guys, does anyone has a question for Sumaya before I can go on? Well, seems like your presentation was just out of this world. Thank you, Sumaya, for all the knowledge that you were sharing with us. I'm pretty sure I gained a few things during the presentation. Then I'm seeing that there's the end up. Can you just unmute your mic and we can go on with the question?
Yes, thank you very much, Sumaiya, for the wonderful presentation. By name, I'm Laban Pulbas, UDSC leader, Muni University from Uganda. Happy to be here. Now, uh, I joined in a few minutes, but I was able to get most of what Sumaiya talked about. But uh, being that growing in tech, I've seen you've tackled more of if I'm already in tech, and I already started off my journey. What if I'm a beginner? Uh, I have nothing at all. Like I have no idea. What I only have is the interest. Any advice for such a kind of person? Like he's not yet gone too far, but he has the interest. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. You have to look at what you're passionate about. Yes, you're already in tech. I'm sure most of us have seen students who are just taking on the tech course for the sake maybe of their parents, or they just came to school just to do the course and go. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they're going to do afterwards. So you have to look at what you're passionate about. Maybe I really love coding, and I think I can do coding for a good time. Find what you like, find what you enjoy most, and you will find where you belong.
Oh, that was an impressive response, Sumaya. Does anyone else have a question before we can proceed to the next sector? Well, it seems like everyone is good. Yeah, thank you, Sumaya. That was really eye-opening. I think I've learned so many things. Like, I'm going to make sure that I add some uniqueness and some value to myself before I just keep on venturing on my tech path. So up next, we have a presentation on the benefits of communities from Funke. And if I really mispronounce your name, please forgive me. But Funke, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, Ben. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Funke.
Okay, thank you very much. Do I need to turn on my camera?
Yeah, that is optional, but it would be nice seeing you.
Okay, no wahala. Hi, Lavenda. Looks like Lavenda is the only person joining me to turn on my camera.
Just supporting you. I'm here for a few minutes.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon from this end. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Funke. My name is Funke, and I'm from Nigeria. I'm GDSC lead of Ondo State University, Nigeria. So it's so good to be here, and it's good to see everybody's faces. So, how many minutes do I have, Ben? Sorry. Ben? Okay, let's just continue then. So I'm going to be talking about the benefit of tech communities. I'm just going to be doing that briefly. I'm actually going to be sharing a story. Thank you, Samaya, for guiding us through the career path. That was amazing. That was amazing. I think I picked one or two things there. So, today we're going to be talking about the benefit of tech communities. Yeah. So GDSC is a tech community. If you're wondering what tech communities are, GDSC is a tech community. I don't know. Yeah, okay, this is an African school. I don't know those of us that know She Code Africa. If you know She Code Africa, you can just put up your hands. Let me be sure that I'm saying something that's common with everybody. Oh yeah, thank you, Brandon. That's nice. So Shikod Africa is also a tech community. So I'm briefly going to be. I don't have a slide because I'm going to be sharing a real life story. So I didn't need a slide for that. So tech communities are communities where, or their organizations or a group of persons coming together to promote tech in a particular local area. So just like GDSC, the aim of GDSC was to target developers in universities, and make sure that there's growth, make sure that Google products are being advertised and supplied to young members or young kids in the university. So that's about that for GDSC. So the benefits of tech communities. So all of you are my community members because we're all in GDSC. Yeah. So I've been in a few communities myself. Um, I've been in Chicod Africa. I've been in GDSC for 2 years. I've been in that's Google Developer Student Club. I've been in 2, 3 thereabouts. But what's the reason? Why did I even opt to join into a tech community? How did a tech community help my life? That's what I'm going to be sharing with everybody today. So before I continue, I just want to confirm that everybody can hear me and I am not too fast. So if you can hear me, you can just leave a comment, or if I'm too fast, you can leave a comment. So I know that we're on the same page. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, great. So, oh, Lavender, you left me, only me on the video call. So, so good, good. Thank you very much. Okay, so I started out with a community called Inventors. So when I was entering my first level in university, they just came in and they were like, "Oh, those of you that know tech, those of you that would love to learn about tech, please just signify, want to teach you, want to carry you through, want to take you along. So that was the very first community I joined, and it was a local community in my university. So throughout my 100 level, is it better? Someone said they lost my audio.
Yeah, it was gone for a couple of minutes, for a couple of
Oh.
seconds, couple of seconds, yeah.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you for that. So this community and GDSC started taking trainings in my campus, and tech kept growing and expanding on my campus. So what was the main aim? It first started with some set of people that just wanted to teach some young 100 grade 1 students how to do tech things, design, those in cyber security, those in machine learning, and the rest. And then GDSC came. It was a great opportunity to be a part of GDSC because the first GDSC lead, we all learned together. I mean, that first community helped to grow our passion for tech. It gave us a good foundation to start with tech. You get so fast forward to when I joined She Code Africa last year during the COVID. Last year was a very, very super holic year for a lot of us. So there was no physical community to keep me going. There was no, we like to say, ginger. There was nothing to move me. Everything was just there. And then She Code Africa came in. They've been there for years, and I just got to hear about it. She Code Africa is a community for female tech persons. Yeah. So they promote growth, support, they do hackathons, they do mentorship programs, they do a lot that has to do with making a girl or a female techie grow. So they also do stuff like that could earn you. People get laptops for passing or excelling at one track or the other. People get funds for support as a young tech person, because of course you have to buy gadgets, especially if you're still self-learning. So then I joined She Code Africa, and I was part of the first mentorship program. So the first mentorship program took me through a lot. I had to learn, I had to unlearn some things. I had to learn, for those in the web track, I had to learn how to not do things the wrong way, how to, it's not just about writing code. Yeah, it's not about writing code. If you're working at a company, you need to write clean code, one, and you need to write a scalable code, something that is lightweight and can also perform the same function. So you have to consider scalability amongst a whole lot of things. I mean, amongst a whole lot of things. So that program, we did it for a short while, but it took me from being just that girl that used to write codes and I just see my code work, to being someone that writes code and companies could reach out to. Okay, so then one random day this year, I just felt like doing an introduction in the introduction channel. I'd been in She Code Africa for, let's say, 6 years. And then I made that introduction. I just said, hi, my name is Funke, and I am a junior. I put junior there because I knew that there was a whole lot of experience I needed. There were only two ways I could get that experience. It's either I am volunteering for an organization, or I am working, or I am actively in a community where probably I may need to teach others some things. Then I will have to go and learn. So I just said, oh, I'm Funke and I'm a junior backend developer. I'm open to any opportunities or internship, because I was liable for a internship at school. Yeah, so we had to go out and go and do our internship and come back to school. So then someone messaged me that day and was like, "Hi, Funke. Okay, I'm interested in this. Would you like to?" It first started as a volunteer role. Would you like to volunteer for this? I had so much time on my hands. I had just school. I didn't have any side job. I had just school and what else? What else did I have? I had just school and I was writing code in my spare time. That was also I took the offer. I was like, okay, great. I would like to do this. It was just they were just growing. It was a community too. They wanted to teach people tech, but they wanted to build a platform where people would just come and learn at their own pace. So we started building, and it was like 2 weeks, 2 weeks with them, and then the community lead texted me one day and she was like, "Oh, hi, Funke. Um, my company is hiring and I'd like you to apply. Um, whoever gets the job gets to work directly with me." Now, mind you, this is someone I already have a good work relationship with. So that's basically a referral. That's basically somebody pitching you in. So if I didn't make that introduction that day in Shikoda, Africa, I may never have gotten this particular job. I may have gotten something else. You understand me? So if I never started somewhere, if I wasn't interested in community building at first and following all these strains of communities I've been growing with, I would have never been interested in building a the volunteer role. Remember, the first role wasn't even paid. It wasn't paid. I wasn't paid for my internet. I wasn't paid for anything. I wasn't paid for anything. I just wanted to do it because I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn on the role. I mean, so that when I learn, I could come out and okay, say, beat my chest and say, okay, yes, I can do this. So, and that was how, cut the long story short, I got the job, and that's where I'm currently working. So, as a student, for instance, mind you, I mean, as a student, that's where I'm currently working. So, that's how I got a role in web dev. Now, let me move to technical writing. So last year during the COVID period, I wanted to do this technical writing thing because in Shikod Africa, people always talk about it. I happen to have a friend that was a technical writer, and I was still like, what exactly are you guys doing? I still don't get what this technical writing thing is. I'm sure, like, we know that technical writing is a career path in tech. So please, I hope I'm not saying something foreign. Technical writing, I'm pretty sure we get what I mean. So and I'm like, what is this technical writing thing you people are saying? And someone should carry me along. And then in my local community, when Open Source Africa first had its first conference early last year, two of my colleagues in my local community were opportune to go. So from there, they began to explore different things in open source, and then they became technical writers. And then they started working for some companies. And I remember last year, August, I was still telling them to, pull me through. And then this year, I decided to take it up in March. So when we were having, I think it was after one of the study jams in GDSC, we had a study jam for web dev that day, web development. And after it, I was speaking to my colleague after teaching that, okay, I want to write, but I don't know what to write about. So I just put up something on dev community. I just put up something on dev community. And, it now became a cycle. The more I keep learning, then I keep writing about the things I learn because that is open source. I want to teach others the things that I learn. So I put my articles on dev community. I put my articles on Hashnode. I put my articles there, and um, it wasn't so much attraction at first. Then there was a particular day I put an article on something very very simple, very very simple. It wasn't even up to a 2 minute article. Let's say 3 minutes max, and it talked about how to connect your database with a Laravel application. And then I saw the tweet on dev community on Twitter, and I was like, I hadn't even tweeted about the post yet. And I already appeared on their feed for that day. That was real good progress for me. That was real good progress for me. If I was still sticking to my self learning in my grade one, I would never have gotten the opportunity to explore and get a job, I would never have gotten the opportunity to explore and get a technical writing role. So fast forward to the technical writing part. So one day, I think on LinkedIn, I just got a message. Hi, this company, we're looking for technical writers. The pay is this. Would you like to write for us? We're looking for technical writers in this field. We're looking for back-end technical writers. And I happen to be writing strictly back-end articles, and that was how, voila, that came up. That came about. I think I have a feeling that it was because deaf community tweeted about the article I wrote on their platform. That was why. And that was how I got that. And that was how I got that technical writing role. And I think two other technical writing roles at the moment. So every time I look back and I see that, oh, my entire journey, my entire tech journey, it has been communities all around. It has been community support. Every single place that I'm volunteering or working at the moment, it came from a community. Every single opportunity, it came from a local community. And it didn't just come by me just sitting down and going with the flow in those communities. I took responsibilities, I took initiative. I opted to teach. I taught some classes in the community. I held some administrative roles in the community. So, it's one thing to be part of a community, and it's another thing to be active in the community. Because when I wanted to start writing, those higher ups in my community, they were very, very intentional about me growing. They were very intentional about seeing me grow. They were intentional about proofreading my articles. If I had a bug today on my code, I could call my ex GDSC lead by 12 a.m. and he was going to respond. So because of the kind of investment, I wouldn't call it investment, but because of the kind of devotion I had put in it, I didn't just sit around. It was a reciprocative thing. They were ready to give me back. They were ready to attend to me. So I believe that without even saying much, if someone asks me what tech community has done for me, I could tell the person that my entire tech journey came from a community. Yes, I knew the basics, but that community was the one that pushed it. It pushed it so hard. I mean, like every time I think about the fact that I just made that introduction on She Code Africa and everything just went from there. It was so smooth. I didn't even know that I was going to get the job. I mean, coupled with what they were trying to build at the moment, I did not have the skill set for it at all, believe me. But I had to learn on the job. And then the lady that referred me, put in a word for me, let's say that, she was ready to see me do these things. So, and it was so good that we got to work. So those are a few things that tech communities have done for me personally. So I could say that you could get more job opportunities from there. So if you belong to a GDSC community, periodically the global GDSC team will send out mails to your GDSC team lead for your university. If you're signed up as a member of that chapter on the platform, on GDSC platform, you will subsequently get mails from GDSC, mails of opportunities, and if they can reach out to you, they will definitely reach out to your lead and he will pass it across to you. So being in a community is very, 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 very essential. I cannot overemphasize how important it is to be in a community. But one thing I know is that it has helped me, and I know that there's still so much I've not explored yet in being in a tech community. I'm looking forward to handling advocacy roles in tech communities, and it's not going to just start there. It's going to start from this particular point where I am in my own local community. So I'm putting it out to everyone to endeavor to join communities. You could join virtual communities. You could join for the women. You could join She Code Africa. You could join Women Tech Makers. That's another community under Google. You could be a part of Google Developers Group. You could be a part of so much, but as much as you're joining communities, please don't join communities to just sit and look. Join communities to work. join communities, even if you're not assigned responsibilities, reach out. I want to do this. That's the only way. Okay, that's not the only way, but that's one of the ways you can grow. So that being said, those are some benefits that I have received personally from being into communities. Thank you very much. I don't know if everybody's fine with that, or if there are any questions. I would really love to answer. Otherwise, I think I may want to rest my case here. Thank you. So Ben, I think I could hand over to you. Yeah. So please, before I go, any questions? Oh yes, Sumaya. Okay, when a boss is asking you question, I feel like trembling. Okay.
No, thank you, Funke, for your presentation. And this is not a question; it's just a request.
Okay.
Kindly share your LinkedIn or Twitter or something. Kindly share your social media.
Okay. Hi Ben. I don't think we can hear you. I don't know if it's just me.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay, I was just saying thank you for the mind-blowing presentation. And unfortunately, we cannot dive into UI UX design today. We will make another day for it. Then, before we close today's session, I think we have to hear from my previous lead, that is Michelle and her vice, Sandy or Lavenda. So I think maybe Michelle can go first. You may have one or two words for us.
Hi everyone. Mm, my name is Michelle. I was the previous lead for MSU. I'm really happy that you guys are doing well and proceeding with this club very well. For everyone that's listening, please take part in club sessions and activities. You never know how your career is going to start. As the previous speaker said, participate in everything. If you get a chance to participate, please do so. I myself, I have a testimony um, from participating in these club activities and interacting with different club members. My career right now is going well. I would want to lie. I'm learning a lot. So please, please, please take this opportunity seriously and learn. Well, with this, thank you. I don't have much to say.
Hi guys. I'm Lavender. I've been in DSC since 2019 when it first started at MSU. And I don't want to lie, the journey has been really good. And I like what Funke said about joining community. For me, I was first attached in another company because they saw me in those events, community events and hackathons. They called me, I didn't go through the interview and all that stuff, even though I left the job like sometime later. So one thing I'll tell you is whatever you're being taught at DSC, take it seriously. Opportunities arise, whether it's hackathons, meetups, make sure you go there and network. Don't just go there to sit and watch what other people are doing, but get your work out there. And Brendan, we trust that you're gonna do like make waves for those guys. And I'm so glad I got to meet a lot of people around from here in this meetup. And I also heard Funke saying she's part of She Code Africa. I also joined She Code Africa recently, and I made a friend, and we're working on a project. And it's fun. I don't lie. So, given an opportunity, join as many communities as you can. For the ladies, I think there is Women Take Africa. Make sure you like we it's called Women Take Makers. Yeah, make sure like you join because it's fun times ahead. And yeah, keep pushing. And all the best to Brendan and the team.
Well, thank you very much, Michelle and Lavenda. Even though you are still bossing me around, I mean, like you guys, you did that like last year. I mean, now I'm supposed to be the boss, but anyway, I will take the task that you assigned to me, and I'll make sure that I deliver to the guys because I know the team we've been building for like 2 years ever since Lavenda in the initial group that in Marvel started building this up. So I think for now, for today, we can just say we are now closing the session. And thank you very much for each and everyone who managed to participate. I'm pretty sure that you gained a thing or two. It has been such a nice time being with you guys. Does anyone have anything to say before we just say this away? Well, cool. It seems like no one has anything to say or any questions. So till next time, guys. I wish you the best. Happy calling. Or I can say that there's a hand. You can go ahead and unmute your mic and then you can just say what you have to say.
Yeah, maybe just a comment. Thank you guys for the session. Happy to be here. Happy to listen to what Funky has shared and all the rest. Sumaya, previous lead. Thank you very much, guys.
One more thing, Brandon, before you close this call, um, I encourage you guys to tweet and post about whatever you've learned from this session. Feel free to tag any of us. Feel free to tag Funke. Feel free to tag Brandon. Feel free to tag me and anyone who has attended. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for that. I had forgotten about the part where we have to share what we learned. So, guys, I think for the day we can say this has been a wonderful afternoon and happy coding. 2 minutes. Have a